So this is Mars in Aquarius. Mars in Aquarius is in an air sign, in one of the furthest out there in space air signs that exist. So it's a little hard because Mars is a very physical, very incorporated energy. It's like, I want to do now. And Aquarius is like, yeah, but wait, I'm somewhere up here in the sky. I'm thinking about 10 years ahead. And it's really difficult to unite those energies because Aquarius is so far ahead in the future and Mars is about action right now. So a lot of times they really struggle to break down their huge visions into something that is executable in the very present moment. And sometimes that can block them. It can really block them from acting. So people with a Mars and Aquarius are visionaries because everything that is touched upon by Aquarius is a visionary, stuck in the future and thinking about like great things, not motivated by small things, not motivated by the daily life, motivated by ideas that will change the world, right? So in that regard, to get a Mars and Aquarius moving at all, you do need to give them a vision. They need a vision. They need a real reason to do something. So they need to know that what they're doing contributes to something, like something bigger, especially when it's coming to work. It's like very hard for them to work on something that they don't feel like is contributing to a better society as they see it, because obviously there is a lot of different ways we can perceive society to become better. We all have our own worldviews and beliefs, right? So, but for them, it is very, very important to be guided by a vision for their actions. Okay, so that they cannot just do something in order to do it, to get it off their to-do list, or even less because somebody told them to and they want to be a good worker or, want to be respected. Aquariuses really don't care. Like, they are so independent that they sometimes really appear arrogant, as if they have this take it or leave it attitude. It's like, this is my skills. It's like, this is the conditions under which I'm going to work. It's like, either you accept it or you don't. They don't care. It's a very detached sign, very detached from emotions. And yeah, so working with them is, you first need to find out what moves them and then try to, yeah, somehow incorporate that into what you want from them. Yeah, that said, when they choose their own actions and when these actions are under an umbrella of a bigger goal for them, they are unstoppable. Like, these people are like fighters. They fight for ideals, they fight for freedom, for community. They will fight for anything that they see valuable in this world. They can be like really big political activists as well because they care, but they only care about the bigger picture. They don't care about small things. So this is yeah, Mars and Aquarius, right? They want to fight the norms. They just don't want to contribute to the status quo of society. They want to have their own way of doing things. They want it to be original. They need to have the feeling like they are devising their own way of how and when they're going to get things done. So there's a lot of freedom needed for these people to work. If you want to work with them, they need a lot of autonomy in deciding how and where they're going to do things. So, but once these two things are met, that they have a higher vision and that they have freedom to decide how they're going to work, they are unstoppable because they are, yeah, pretty much geniuses. Like, people with a Mars and Aquarius, they're going to be amazing in the one thing they choose to do because they have this kind of slightly obsessive quality. So that's also a reason why Mars and Aquarius people love being in tech, right? Because they love changing the world and having a big impact. And tech is kind of the current superpower to do that. So they might be very attracted to something that has to do with tech. When it comes to the way they behave in sexuality, Well, the same kind of thing comes back, at least the topics of detachment and take it or leave it attitude. They are not very emotional, right? So they are very cool. It makes them probably also really attractive. They're kind of cool. They're like, here I am. This is who I am. They're very authentic. There's no playing nice. They're just like, this is what you get. What you see is what you get, kind of attitude. And they're also, frankly, very authentic sexually. So they're not going to start something and just continue for the sake of it. If in the middle of the act they feel like something's off, they're going to get up and leave. They don't care. I think I've repeated they don't care a lot in this video about Aquarius, but it is the truth. Like, you will not get somebody who has Aquarius aspects to get involved in drama or get overly emotional. They're just pretty cool. So it's like, you want to have sex? That's awesome. Like, I got a lot going on, and they do, because they're so open-minded, right? They're really open-minded. And since they are like so much into all of this futuristic stuff, they tend to become quite kinky and to like quite unusual things. A lot maybe also connected to future. Maybe they like trying out like futuristic, I don't know, things like weird toys. They have a lot of kinks. They do like online well, encounters of sexual nature a lot as well, because that kind of also, I don't know, gives them this weird vibe that they love. They are kind of out of the box, or actually they're not out of the box. It's more of a the box doesn't exist kind of mindset. Let's forget about the box. Like, everything is possible. So yeah, everything that's weird is gonna like catch their interest. Everything that is out of the norm. Even them themselves, like in the way they express themselves, they might be a bit well, out of the norm, maybe in their looks, and certainly sexually attracted to people that are freaky, that look different. Not necessarily, freaky in a way that, like me, for example, like having a wig or something, but more people that don't adhere to the societal norms of beauty. That's what's going to trigger their sexual interest, actually. So the weirder you are, the more attractive you will be to an Aquarius Mars. And since they don't like boxes very much, these folks also tend to be very much into the whole androgynous and non-binary trans scene. So that's what probably attracts them the most when when there is no presence of gender or gendering, um, when they can just freely express themselves as they want to. I think this is a good sum up of a Mars in Aquarius. So if you want to play with them, then come equipped with all your weirdness. Like with those guys, you can just throw it all out there. There's no judgment. They're super weird, but they're super good lovers when they are in their mood and their vibe. And yeah, don't try to somehow, I don't know, get them attached to you or become clingy. That's going to be the worst turnoff for a Mars in Aquarius. They do not like people becoming very clingy or very romantic. Yeah, like, oh my god, like if you come with a romance thing, that's a total no-go. No-go. Like appearing to a date, I don't know, with roses, or inviting them for a candlelight dinner, or being super sweet and like trying to talk about the future with them, in terms of you and me future, not like concepts about a possible future scenario which they would love, but or immediately ask them, if you're gonna see each other again. They don't like any kind of attachment. So the cooler you are, the more they're gonna like you and the more likely they are to come back for you. But you really need to play it cool with them, like bringing them gifts or anything romantic. Doesn't work for them. So best thing is, if you manage to detach yourself from your humanity, imagine you're some kind of AI robot, you're weird, and that would probably work for them. Imagine some kind of futuristic post-apocalyptic storyline in your head and play out that character, and if you really want to get with them. So yeah, be kinky, be weird, be open-minded, that's what they want, and never push their boundaries. because they are very aware of their boundaries, what they want and what they don't want. So yeah, you will have to play it by their rules if you want to play with them. That's Mars in Aquarius.